welcome to Black Girl Nerds Talks. I am Shanae.
And I am Liz the Movie Girl.
Liz the Movie Girl. I need a title too, Shanae, the TV person.
Hey.
Hey, Shanae, yes. Okay, so today we have 3 things we're going to talk about. The first thing, I guess we should talk about Black Panther first, right? Yes. So there was a bunch of black casting. I mean, yes, but
that's what it is. It's black casting.
It is black casting for Black Panther. So they just added Queen Lupita, and then they added Michael B. Jordan, both to the Black Panther.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael what? Michael B. Jordan. Indeed. So I guess we're going to talk about that. So my first thought is that it's just like really good strategy, right? Like just from a strategy perspective, I don't think that they're doing these castings just out of the kindness of their heart. I think they're listening to like the Doctor Strange stuff. They're listening to the Ghost in the Shell stuff. They're like listening to what's happening and they're responding to it in a way that we haven't really seen studios do before, because usually we just sort of like yell at them and they sort of ignore us, but I guess we're seeing it not just with this but also with the Batman Superman stuff, right? Like Justice League, and I guess it's another news story, but they just made Ben Affleck, who was literally the only part of the movie anybody liked, he's the executive producer of the Justice League. So it's like a different. So I think both of these stories are like examples of Hollywood trying to sort of finally being aware of the internet and sort of what the power of getting the internet behind your decisions and how that can like positively impact the buzz around the movie, because this movie was already like pretty buzzed up and people were very excited about it, but now it sort of takes it to another stratosphere. It's become not just a movie that's Black Panther, but it's also like something to support. It's like a movement that everybody wants to get behind and support. Like we're all supporting these movies because these people, you know, Michael B. Jordan just came off of the Fantastic Four movie, which I actually watched yesterday. Mm-hmm. I had never seen. Have you seen it? The Fantastic Four?
I didn't see it.
That's a whole nother episode, but like I had thoughts, but so he had that movie, and then also Lupita, who people thought she was good in Star Wars, but they were disappointed that she wasn't in a role where we could see her face and stuff like that. So it was just like, it's just good PR and a good strategy, and I'm sure you know, the whole crew and everybody was just like, sure, if they're willing to do it, why not? So that's what I think. I think it was like more of a, it's just very strategic on their part of like, how can we make this movie like as buzzy, have like the most internet appeal as possible. I think that's sort of the approach that they took with it. So
I completely agree with that. I think they were being strategic from the beginning in who they even cast, or not casted, but chose to be a director from, I think from the very beginning. They were like, this is going to be a whole different ball game. We were to go about this the right way, and so far from what I'm hearing, I think they're making all the right moves, and I'm really, really excited for it. And Black Twitter is just giving me life. So lit. That's just so exciting. It's like you said it earlier before we started this, it's like a party. It's like everyone's like getting ready to go to this
it's
party.
Like a black party. It's very, and I hope, like, all we can do is just hope that it goes well, because you know black people are not like white people and that we can make mistakes, so we just have to hope that this goes well, because this is our shot. Like, that's just how it is. So
it is how it is. And I think they're bringing out the big guns.
I know, because they know that this is our shot, right? Like, that's what he probably knows, is that it's like, okay, well, I've been given this movie. What's his name? The director?
And Coogler.
Yes. My future husband, even though he's married already, but you know, things change. Things change. You know. I don't wish any bad on that relationship, but things change. So, so he I think he's really sort of like been like, okay, I've been given this opportunity. Creed went well, and I need to make sure that I really step it up. Like, and that's the problem with directors a lot of times. I think that's the problem with, say, somebody like Zack Snyder, is that, you know, Zack Snyder is considered, I guess, what we would call a tour director, where he just sort of like does what he wants, and like, this is me and this is like my point of view, and I sort of operate out of the vacuum, and people can sort of react to it the way they do. That's like how Woody Allen is, and a lot of, you know, guess what's his name?
He has a style. Yeah,
he has a style. He sticks to it, and he's not really conscious of the world outside of himself, which is what has happened with these movies. But I think Ryan is different. He really listens, and I think he understands what it means to be a director in 2016, and that you just can't ignore the internet like people used to. You know what I mean? Like, Steven Spielberg never cared about the internet, but like now,
well, I think, you know, this franchise movie making, it's a different ball game. It's different.
It's to be popular.
Ryan Coogler is a good choice because he kind of already did a franchise thing, but with a new twist, and made it similar but different. Used the source material, if you want to call the Rocket movies that, but like put a spin on it. And so I think he's a good director for what Marvel is doing. And I know DC has had some executive shakeups, like Ben Affleck, and I cannot remember the man who's going to be they have kind of like a Kevin Feige type person now.
I think it's one of the guys who writes the comics.
Yeah, and
I don't remember seeing who it was, but that's smart.
Yeah, it is smart.
Stuff. Don't put Zack Snyder in charge of your studio.
Don't get him in charge. He's gonna do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I think of Zack Snyder, I think of like a kid who like has his toys and doesn't want to share, and is just like, I just want to do what I want to do. And
did you ever see Sucker Punch?
Yes.
Yeah, I love Sucker Punch.
I love Sucker Punch. I know people don't like that movie, but
I love it so much. I know, it's like,
so
it's ridiculous.
It's so random. It's so
it's just like, I'm just gonna put girls in like,
but it's
outfits.
just these girls just like kicking butt.
Ass. I love
like
that.
It's awesome. And then I mean, and visually, I think he's one of the directors like no one can touch him visually on some regards. And Sucker Punch, you see that in that movie, but it's very similar to Batman v Superman with the plots all over the place. Like, what is going on here? How do we get to this part? What is going on?
It's like, I always like, when I talk about Batman v Superman, it's like you like put a bunch of storyline. It's like Boggle. Do you remember that game Boggle where you like shake it up?
It's just like that.
It just like fell where it is, and you're like, what is this spell? And you're like, oh, anyways, but that's like beating a dead horse, so we won't. But so that's that bit of news. Mm-hmm. So let us know what you think about the casting. Do you have any ideas of anybody else you would like for them to put in the movies? Let us know, like, to make it a whole big amazingness. Any extra casting? I mean, John Boyega would be cool, but I couldn't believe it. I was just like, there's no way. Like, no way we're that blessed. You know?
Like, but you never know what could happen. It's 2 years away. They could have a cameo, or he could have
like something little.
But I don't think so.
No, he's busy.
Because won't Star Wars be coming out around that time again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The next one is in 2017.
Yeah, so he won't come. I don't think.
Okay, and so the next thing we're going to talk about is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters put out another trailer, and I'll let you start on this one. What do you think about the next trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie?
So there's the second trailer for Ghostbusters, and again, the hate is very strong with this. We both watched the trailer before, filming this, and I think it's better. It's definitely better than the first trailer that came out.
Yeah.
But it does not. I think we do need to talk about the underlining misogyny, the underlining sexism that has followed this whole movie before there was even a frame of film that was shown, and it's so crazy, the hate that's on this film. There's so many other films that have been rebooted, And you just look at their iconic films that have been rebooted, and everyone just kind of like scoffs, like, haha, that's gonna suck, and moves on. But this one, people are taking it personally. And I honestly feel it's because all of the cast is women.
Of course,
because
yeah.
what is your justification of the trailer being the most disliked trailer in YouTube history? What is your justification for the comments that people are making in the comment section and saying that this movie is going to suck you haven't seen anything of it yet. You've only seen a 2-minute trailer. And it's kind of funny because if you look at the track record of the trailers for movies that have been done by this, why am I blanking on his name?
Michael Bay.
No. He did Bridesmaids, and he's doing Ghostbusters now. And he did
Adam McKay.
Was it Adam McKay?
Mm-hmm. He did I Spy. No.
No, Spy with Melissa McCarthy stuff, and he's.
I mean, not Adam McKay. Shoot. Oh my gosh. People are like,
they're like freaking out right now.
He did I Spy. It's not Adam McKay, but it's like Adam McKay-ish.
No, Spy with Melissa McCarthy and Bridesmaids.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. Like, it's a name.
Google help us. Anyway,
Keep going.
I mentioned him because the trailers for his movies typically aren't really very reflective of how good the film was.
The I Spy trailers were not good, but I loved that movie.
But the movie was great. And so I just think it's really interesting, all this hate. And I feel like there's a lot of critics, movie reviewers, whatever you want to call them, who are just really justifying the hate and saying like, oh, like they're basically trying to say that it's not
Paul Feig.
Yes. Okay.
Shit. That's horrible. Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically saying that this isn't sexism and misogyny and all kinds, and it's just like people being mad because their dreams of Ghostbusters are being crushed. And I'm like, well, no.
Ghostbusters was not, Ghostbusters was fine. It's a good movie, but it's like the attachment is mostly nostalgic. Like, whenever people are like, this movie was a masterpiece, like, it was the best comedy and action, I was like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like, it was a good movie for the time. It's fun. It's nostalgic, but it's not this masterpiece that you're making it out to be. That, like, it just wasn't. And I don't think that even the people involved with it would want you to talk about it that way. They're probably just like, it was just a movie that we created and it was fun.
Involved really felt that way about it.
Exactly. Or they would have come back. Yeah.
Which they didn't do.
Yeah.
Because they've talked about another Ghostbusters movie for so long.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was talk that Mike Sarah was gonna be the George or whatever. Yeah. And they had this whole thing, and it never happened. And probably because the movie is, as I love the movie. I actually even like Ghostbusters 2, which
I love Ghostbusters 2. It's amazing.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
So, it's sexism. And
it's like ignoring parts of the legacy, right? Like, they're like, oh, but Ghostbusters was like an amazing trilogy, and it was so. I was like, but Ghostbusters 3 and like Ghostbusters 2 was fun, but was it like, a masterpiece Oscar thing? It's like everybody has selective memories. Like, men on the internet have like such selective memories.
I honestly feel it's like you're making stuff up in your head just to dislike this movie.
It's just a job.
But then again, the trailer is still
not great. Yeah. But it's hard. It's like, that's why I said it's very complicated, because the trailer is not great, but it's not any more not great than a lot of stuff that comes out. Like, I mentioned Michael Bay because, like, his movies are not great, but like, they still make millions and millions of dollars, and you don't see anybody lobbying the same type of complaints when his movies come out. They're just like, they are what they are, and that's it. And like, there's this trailer for the War of Warcraft movie, because it's like a big game, and I was like, this trailer sucks, this movie looks horrible. And you go in the comments and they're just like, oh, I'm so excited. I was like,
Excited for what? The CGI looks horrible in that
This
movie.
looks horrible, but that just shows you that it's just misogyny. It's like things are just graded according to like what white men like think. Like it's like their internal compass, and they sort of like spew it out on the world, right? I mean, like that's the problem with society in general, but we're not going to get into politics. But it's just like this sort of like internal logic of like, you know, I'm this kid who likes this, and I feel like that it's better than this. You know, like they have like an internal measuring stick system for things, and then we're all supposed to just like fall in line with that internal measuring stick, and it's just like, no, it's not any worse than anything else. But that being said, the trailer's not great. It's not great. I'm really, the Leslie Jones thing I think bothered me more this trailer than it did the last trailer, just because I don't know, like I get what she's saying, that is her form of comedy, that's what she's representative, but it just feels so
Forced.
it feels old fashioned, right?